Hi everyone, this is my first Makeout 2013 update. So this is going to be a long video because the video will be in 3 parts, or 4 actually. First will be items that I threw out or gave away after sorting out my stash a bit more. Second will be items I've used up. Third will be items that I'm trying to use up, and last will be things that I've bought. So let's get started on things that I've thrown out. I'm actually throwing out about 6 items, and I've given away, let me see, I've given away 2 foundations, 5 lipsticks, 1 primer, 1 BB cream, 1 concealer, and 1 crushed pigment. So there will be 11 makeup items to my friends, because these are items that just don't suit me or just don't have the color range of myself, so I just give them to other people who enjoy them more. And finally, I was left with lipsticks that I seriously do not know anyone who want to wear them, so, and quite a few products. So let's start. First, there's this Me Cherub Blush lip tint. It's basically, my issue with it is A, it's very sheer, B, the consistency sucks. It's basically like water. The moment you put on it, it drips off you. And C, the packaging leaks, so if you try to store it this way, it leaks and it gets all over your hand, and it's a real mess to get rid of, so I hate it, and it's good that it's gone. Next will be this eyeshadow palette by Bourjois in Smoky Eyes in Vintage Rose. My problem with this is that it expires in October this year, and it's very frosty, and it's okay, you can't really see the color right now, but this is a very pale purplish off-white. This is a lilac color, which I cannot wear lilacs, and this is a brown. Of the 3 of them, the only one that looks remotely normal and not some weird purplish eyeshadow woman is the dark brown, dark purple, and I have so many dark purples. And this is really hard to blend, a bit too shimmery and glittery, and I just don't like it, so just tossing this away, and I don't know anyone who would want to like it, who want this, so it's really bad. Next, I have this lip gloss. This isn't the actual lip gloss inside, because I played around and I tried to take it out and put another lip gloss in. So this is originally the Lip Fusion in Fresh, which I got it when Sephora was clearing out their fresh stuff, their Lip Fusion stuff. So my problem with it was basically the lip plumping. It has this strange minty sweet taste to it, which was so disturbing to me, because my lips would feel sore, which I suppose was the whole point of lip plumping, so I don't really like lip plumpers, or maybe just that brand. So would I ever buy a Lip Fusion gloss? No. And it's like, what, 20 the bucks usually in USD, so I really can't be bothered. Next is the MAC satin lipstick in Mocha. It's a nice brownish nude peach. It's really nice. My problem is that it's a bit too dry, and it is a lot of work to use. It settles into lines, and I really don't like the satin formula because I naturally have dry lips, and this just accentuates them and make them even worse. So I'm just back to MAC this. Then I have this Sahara, NYX Black Label Sahara lipstick. It's a nice goldish color sheen, which is pretty good, but the problem is that it's too soft and it broke. Then I have this MAC, what is it? This MAC Sheen Supreme in Supremely Confident, which is it's basically a nude with a very pink undertone. It looks gorgeous on some girls who are maybe like NW15 or so, but on my NC30 skin, it makes me look like a ghost with white lips. Admittedly, the white lips have a bit of a pink tint to them, but they're still white, so those are really terrible, and I really do not like using it, so that's it. And then next is my MAC, actually it was my first ever MAC lip gloss. It's a luster finish in Bust Out, so it's a purplish lilac shade which of the purples, I prefer the ones that lean more red than blue, but I keep getting blue ones for some reason. Next is this Sarah Albon, which is a cheap Malaysian lipstick, and I got it in the color number 18, which is a bright pink, and it's a little bit too Barbie pink for me, so because I can't really wear pinks. Then it's my NYX round lipstick in Cito, which is a very pink tinted nude, which is not really what I like, and it's a bit shimmery, so would I ever wear that? No, because I have so many more lipsticks that matches me better. And then I have this Revlon Super Lustrous in Cherries in the Snow, which looks magenta on me. So that was done. Then next I have this Morgana Scriptura Lip Balm in Nudist, which is brown. That's enough to be said. Then I have this one of my first few online products ever, this Benefit lipstick in Breakup Rumor. The problem with it is that it's a really dry consistency, and why am I even showing you this? This isn't even the lipstick. And then I have Benefit's Trilling Brazilian, which is too brown. Yeah, it looks like mud. So, and then finally I have NYX lipstick in Paris, which is another blue tone pink. So a lot of the lipsticks were cut off, as you could see, because I wanted to try blending them and making my own lipstick. So I ended up with this color, and the consistency is completely terrible. It basically feels like wax and goes on like wax, so I suppose melting lipsticks is really not for me. And so yeah, these are the products that I'm finishing up, and I threw away because of how terrible they are and how they really don't fit me, and I can't find anyone to give them to. So that's done. And sorry if I'm rushing because my battery is out, so on to the next section. So apart from this, I finished about 5 makeup samples. So for information and reviews on those, please check out my blog, because I'll be doing samples, 100 days of samples reviews, because yes, I do have that many samples lying around. So here are the products I finished. First is my Revlon powder blush in Smoky Rose. This was bought in 2009 and is my oldest makeup product to date. So there's a little sticker here, meaning like get my ass to it and finish it up. So I had quite a big pan of it, and it was really hard, so I scooped out the rest and crushed it, which made it really troublesome to do it. So because there's all those little powders all everywhere. So yeah, the blush itself is pretty nice. It's a very sheer blush, and even if you pack a lot of it on, it's really not that pigmented, which is nice, because sometimes you can overdo blush and you just look one step away from a slightly exuberant clown. There's that. And then this is my Can Make Cream Cheek in number 2. As you can see, I've hit pan on it. I've actually wanted to finish it up until I realized that no, there's no point torturing myself once I've hit pan on it, because the issue with this blush is that it's quite a nice consistency. It's a cream mousse, and it becomes into a more powder consistency once you rub it on. However, the problem is that this is freaking shimmery. It is so full of shimmers. The moment you put it on, the first thing you see is the shimmer before the color. Can Make has this new powder cheek. It's the CL, the clear cheeks, which is really nice because those are just clear color without shimmer, which I really adore. But no, I'm on Makeout 2013, so I can't buy those yet, especially since I have so much blush, and blushes take so long to finish. So this is done, and finally. Then I have my NARS concealer in Vanilla Honey, which is this concealer that I've been using for ages. It's a concealer that I bought in Hong Kong, and back when I bought it, I was wearing BB cream that was way too light for my skin tone, so I was recommended this concealer set, which is way too light for my skin tone. And so one is, it's a beige, and another one is a more salmonly color, but they're both really light. And I've hit pan on both. The issue with the salmon, okay, the beige is too light to be used as my face concealer, and the salmon is too dry to be used for under eyes. So I had to really struggle through to do it with this, because this will crease under my eyes no matter what. And now that I'm on isotretinoin, or I was on isotretinoin, my face has cleared up, so I really don't need to use it. You can see the packaging is really gunky and gross, so that's one thing bad about NARS. Then I have this L'Oreal Instant Double Concealer. So there's two sides. It's a primer side on the left, and then illuminator side on the right. So I used up the illuminator side. You can see it's completely flat, whereas the primer side is full, because this product was I bought it on sale / clearance for 10 bucks, and that was about 2 years ago. And I just started using it, and I just started to finish it. So the primer side is actually a bit dried up and hard, so I can't be bothered to work through with that, since primers I just have too much makeup in general. So I finished this up, and that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I finished 10 products already for my, just nice, exactly 10 products for the first 2 months in January and Feb. So yep, that's pretty good. And now we have the 10 products also that I'm trying to use up from now until about May, until about April. So I'm just counting samples as one, since I have so much of them. So first is this Urban Decay Tinted Moisturizer, and then this bunch of RMK Smoothing Polish Base, which is supposed to help to hide your pores, and I've heard reviews that it is pretty good, so I can't wait to give it a go. Then I have the RMK Liquid Foundation in 102 and 103. I'm probably 103, but it's just good to give it a try. Then I have this Luxe sample size of Too Faced Prime and Poreless, which is very skin tone, and I think a little bit lighter than my actual skin tone. This mascara, which has hit 6 months in March. This is the Majolica Flame Expander Lash Expander Frame Plus Mascara in Black Blue. This is really popular in Japan but for some reason it's really not in Singapore. You can still see this in some Watsons. And it's a blue-black, but it's actually quite a nice blue color, because it's not very strong blue. It's more like a navy blue, which means that it's black but not very black. So sometimes there's this weird, slightly faded off look that it gives to your lashes, which I'm not very fond. But I do like the Lash Expander formulation, because it makes me look like I have more lashes, but it doesn't look like I have mascara on. Which, if you like the natural barely there makeup style, then this is wonderful. Although there are moments when the fibers drop to your eye, and those are moments when you hate this mascara. After that, I have this lip gloss. This is the NYX Round Lip Gloss in Amethyst, which I bought after hearing a review from Emily Noel. So it is nice, but the problem I have with NYX, right, is the packaging. If you lay on the side, their lip gloss will gloop out. And there's also this terrible smell. It's not as bad as the Mega Shine, but it's a very sweet candy smell, which it's bearable if you wear it once in a while, but if you try to use it every day like I do, it's not so good. This is a very nice sheer reddish tone color. So it's very easy to wear over any color to make it more rosy. Would I buy this color in a different formulation? Probably, but I still have so much lip products to use up. Then I have this Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation in number 53. It took me a while to realize it, but this was the first yellow tone foundation I ever owned, and I loved it so much. But I realized recently that it's a bit too light for my skin tone. what's her name? Style Suzy uses this, and Style Suzy is a fair bit lighter than me if I remember, if I have it correctly. And it's I'm actually quite sick of using this, but I just have to power through it because it's one of my older foundations as well. This was when I started in January, and this is a few days ago in February. So I've used quite little, but during this period I finished quite a few other foundation samples. So hopefully this month and next month I can finish up quite a bit. And finally, last but not least, is my MAC Strata powder blush, which a friend of mine said, because my school was having a Max Hill where everything was heinously cheap, so I bought so much. And on the second day when I went, my friend mentioned that, oh, there's this really nice blush for fair toned ladies, which I used to think I was, and I still actually am kind of fair. So, mistake. So I bought this blush, and it's the Gareth Perk collection, and I must tell you, it's a complete piece of crap. If the texture of it is what was the original formulation that people raved about before they discontinued it, people must have been blind. For the first few times I used it, it was pretty okay. I could get powder, I could get pigmentation on, but subsequent usage after the first layer was gone, it was like freaking digging into stone. I basically had to scrape everything out, and even then you could get barely any pigmentation coming out from the brush. So eventually I just got fed up, and I scraped out everything and crushed it up and put it inside here, which has a fair bit left. And the crushing up took so much time, but it was a good stress reliever of sorts. So I have this amount, and it is a pretty interesting contour product because it's very pink tone. So okay, say I use the foundation and I end up at about NC25. When you use this, you can see the pinkness around your face, so it looks like you've got a slightly pink burnished brown face, and it's very obvious. But the moment I switch my powder to a slightly darker one and I range around NC30, you can barely see this at all. So it's a really nifty thing, but I actually think maybe a lot of fair skin ladies are quite pink tone, so this would look nice on them. But for me, this sticks out more since pink tone sticks out on yellow tone skin. So these are the products that I've been working on, and I will continue to work on them until I get my next Makeout update. So how can you have a Makeout 2013 video without showing what you've bought? So as you can see, I'm pretty screwed because I'm already at 6 products. So first up is what I bought in January, which is the Chanel Spring Collection Stylo Waterproof Eyeliner in All Rose, which is this pretty champagne color. The biggest issue with it, if you read Temptalia, is that even though it's so pretty and so nice, it is a pencil that is hard and painful and drags your eye, and it's not very pigmented, so it's not like a one swipe you have to keep going over, which can hurt considering it drags your eye. But the color is just so beautiful. It's a sheer champagne that's not too yellow as most goldish champagne colors tend to be, and it's so pretty. But I'll probably use it up because of how nice the color is, but the application leaves a lot to be desired. And then I thought I was safe and was not going to buy anything in February, but I passed by the L'Oreal warehouse sale, where they usually have big sales. So first, I have the 2 L'Oreal Infallibles in Hourglass Beige and Forever Pink. So these two were for $15, which is pretty good considering that in the drugstore one is about $14.90. Then I bought a L'Oreal Magic Base, which actually I'm a bit skeptical looking at it now because it's actually a bit pink tone, and I'm very skeptical of pink tone primers because they tend to make you a bit fairer than you actually are, which is a problem when you're trying to color match with your foundation. And this was $10 considering that the drugstore was about $20.90. And this Maybelline The Falsies in Japanese packaging. I actually am not sure whether this is the dramatic one, or I'm actually no idea what this is actually. Besides that, it's one of the falsies. This was for $12, and I wanted to see what the hype was all about, and the original price is about $24.90. And what is actually kind of disturbing is the fact that I know the original prices of these drugstore products, which, in my defense, Singapore's drugstores not carry that many products, so I guess you get used to the prices after staring at them every time you walk into a drugstore. Right. And now the weather is becoming pretty humid, so one day I couldn't stand it anymore and I went and buy a powder, which is the cheapest powder I could find. The Silky Girl Pure Fresh Oil Control Pressed Powder in 2, which is a bit in 2 natural, which is a bit light for me, but the shade one, the powder one shade darker than this is I thought it was a bit red, so I didn't get it. Now for a pressed powder, mainly for oil control, this has surprisingly thick coverage, because once I put it on, it has that flat powder look that you get for high coverage powders. So rather than applying it with the sponge as it's given, I'll probably use a brush to give it a more sheer covering, because I quite like the natural shadows and all of my face, so I don't really want to hide it up and make it all flat and then you have to recontour and highlight your face again. Like, yeah. So as you can see, this is off to a pretty bad start. It's already been 6 products and I still have 10 more months to go. Although I keep reminding myself that, yeah, I will never ever finish all my makeup collection, so I might as well just, yeah. I suppose sales are my weaknesses, so I just need to get away from them. Right now I'm following this scheme where for every product I use up, I get a certain allowance, so I can use the allowance to buy whatever I want, but those will probably end up being beauty products such as refills for moisturizers and whatnot. So yeah, this is my Makeout 2013, and I'll probably update you soon in probably May, April there. So see you guys soon.